merchandise now in the Redwood Industries Los Luchadores de Reading Team Store.
The Reading Fightin Phils are proud to be part of Pennsylvania's
FirstEnergy Stadium, America's classic ballpark. FirstEnergy Stadium was ranked by Baseball America as the #1 classic ballpark in the country by digitalballparks.com.
Hello and welcome to FirstEnergy Stadium in Reading, Pennsylvania for Game 4 of a 6-game set between the Binghamton Rumble Ponies and your Reading Fightin Phils, which tonight on Friday will be Los Luchadores de Reading. Hello everyone and welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name is Tyler Small. Emily Messina, the voice of the R-Phils, will be joining you in just a moment. We are about 10 minutes removed from first pitch here in Baseball Town. And we got a fun one on hand after a long but great matchup last night between the Rumble Ponies and the R-Phils. The R-Phils walked it off for the first time in the 2021 season as Josh Stevens sent a deep fly ball out to center field that, with a runner on third, would have done the trick if it got caught or not. A diving effort from Mangum in center field, unable to make the play, and your R-Phils were celebrating. They've won 2 of 3 in this series after dropping the opener. They have won the last 2. And now they look to Victor Santos to take the bump for them today, his Double-A debut for the youngster. We'll talk about him in just a moment. But he will be facing off against the right-hander Cole Gordon for the Rumble Ponies.
Hi, I'm John.
Cole Gordon in 2021. He is what both of these pitchers are going to be going through. They are, as Emily and I will talk about throughout this broadcast, they will be relievers being turned into starters, at least for this season. They both have appearances throughout their upbringing in the minor league system. But for example, Cole Gordon, this is going to be his 4th consecutive start in a row after getting a lot of work out of the bullpen beforehand. And you can see the progression come throughout as he turned more from a higher leverage guy in the bullpen to more of a bulk guy. Now they're trying to get him that length at the top of the order. But as we look at his season totals, as a pitcher overall, he has a 3.72 ERA, 0-1 on the season through 10 starts, 29 innings pitched, and a 1.103 whip. And now for the Los Luchadores de Reading, Victor Santos is going to get his 2nd start of the season, first after getting called up from Jersey Shore just yesterday. His first start of the season was 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk to 4 strikeouts. So he will look to bring something like that and or more at the Double-A level. But the most fun aspect about him is getting called up. He is just 20 years old and 348 days. That makes him the 3rd youngest player in the Double-A Northeast. Miraculously, this guy has really worked a great career since being signed by the Phillies a couple years ago out of Villa Tapia, Dominican Republic. We're going to take one break before we get to the first pitch. Don't go anywhere here on the R-Phils Radio Network.
The Blue Marsh Insurance Foul Porch is an exclusive group experience. Located in our left field corner, groups of 20 to 30 people are treated to 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and drinks, in a festive atmosphere with a bird's-eye view for the visiting bullpen. Regular game tickets are $31 per person for groups of 20 or more. Call us today at 610-370-BALL to reserve a spot for your group. When the Reading Fightin Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Wild Missing's Family Restaurant Bakery, PJ Willahan's Pub and Restaurant, Collegeville Italian Bakery Pizzeria Napolitana, Jimmy G's Railroad House, Nemo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria, and Klingers on Carsonia for making sure the Fightin Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners, but don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today. The Helping Company is a proud naming rights sponsor for the Hall of Famer Stadium area at FirstEnergy Stadium, and a presenting naming sponsor of 5 firework nights this season. The Helping Company is a locally owned family business with over 20 years of experience, offering free roof inspections and storm damage repairs, plus so much more. Give them a call today at 610-234-2210 for your roofing needs, or visit their website 24/7 at thcexteriors.com. The Helping Company, your local roofing specialist.
Got a great hand on deck here in Baseball Town for a little bit of Friday night action at America's classic ballpark. Binghamton Rumble Ponies versus your Los Luchadores de Reading. Before we get the crowd and fans out and going, let's get you your starting lineups. First, for the Rumble Ponies. Leading off in right field after the off day, number 14, Carlos Cortez. Batting second, number 19, the second baseman, Luis Carpio. Batting third and in center field for Mangum is going to be number 24, Quinn Brody. And in the cleanup spot, the third baseman, number 13, Mark Vientos. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 9, Will Toffee, followed by the left fielder in the sixth slot, number 8, Wagner LaGrange. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 15, Jake Ortega, followed by the shortstop, number 2, Manny Rodriguez, and getting the start, as we talked about earlier, number 27, Cole Gordon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Los Luchadores de Reading.
And as you hear up top, our PA announcer, James, saying, Los Luchadores de Reading taking the field, so I will send you down for our national anthem and our first pitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. We invite all active military and all veterans to please salute the flag. And now, representing tonight's sponsor, your local Kia dealers, please welcome Ava DiFiore, who will perform our national anthem.
Oh, so can you see by his own early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose God's bright and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glare, the bombs burst and gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was Ava DiFiore. Thanks.
That was Ava DiFiore with a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. And now as the Los Luchadores head out to the field, Emily Messina takes over on the play-by-play.
Thank you, Tyler. Out on the mound for his first inning of work here in AA after receiving the promotion just yesterday, Victor Santos, and he is elated for this call-up. The guys, I talked to all three of them yesterday. They were so surprised to be called up because just a few days ago, there were some other call-ups from Jersey Shore, and you see guys go up and think, okay, it might be a little bit longer now, but three of them getting the promotion yesterday with Warren, Appel, and Hernandez going up to Lehigh Valley. So it'll be exciting here for the first-time AA start. Out in left, Steven going to remain after his fantastic game last night, Landon getting the start in center and Bonifacio over at right. Madison Stokes in the hot corner. Bryson Scott and Daniel Brito fill in the middle infield. And Luke Miller out at first base. Rodolfo Duran behind the plate tonight.
So as we talked about, Santos, the youngster, getting the start, just his second start in any level of the season. Talked about in the pregame show, he went 4 innings, pitched 2 runs, 1 earned in his first outing. He's had great numbers regardless of where they throw him, and that's kind of been the gist of him since he started in 2017 as a pro at 17 years old at rookie level. So we are just about ready to get underway. And coming in is the right fielder, Carlos Cortez. He got the off day yesterday. The team leader in hits, 45 of them this year for a .290 average and 24 RBIs. We are just about ready. Some pump-up music, to say the least, to get you excited. But first pitch, we are underway. Welcome to AA, Victor Santos.
And that was actually his walk-up song, some sort of WWE
mashup.
So he
Goosebumps, to say the least.
He was pretty excited when I told him he could pick a song.
It's got to be. That's such a fun experience, whether you're playing high school ball or you're playing as a pro. Being able to walk out to a song you're choosing in front of this many fans got to get to you a little bit.
And a huge shift on here for the Fightins. Stott got to be at least 10 feet to the right of second.
At the very least. That one misses for a ball. 2-2 now the count. Cortez, as we mentioned, getting the off day yesterday. They're mixing them in throughout their normal starting lineup. 2-2 sent foul. We'll do it again. Carlos Cortez played 40 games this season. Good enough for a .904 OPS. So he has 7 homers, 1 triple, and 16 doubles. Fouls another one off. Santos getting greeted not the way he would like to start, with a tough at-bat. Righty on lefty matchup here for Santos. The 2-2. Another hard foul ball down the right field line. Santos is a backward splits guy. Lefties hit 175 against him in 42 plate appearances this season compared to righties, which hit 270, almost a 100-point difference. So we'll see how he utilizes this matchup with another 2-2 pitch. Swung on and driven high in the air out to shallow right field. Bonifacio coming in. He'll make the play in fair grounds for the first out.
The second baseman, number 19, Luis Carpio.
Got to bring in Luis Carpio. The second baseman today, coming in with a .256 average with 31 hits and 13 ribbies. Victor Santos. First pitch, in for a strike. Just the 3rd youngest player in the AA Northeast, just behind Riley Green and Simeon Woods Richardson. That pitch runs outside 1-1. Kicks and fires. Just low, 2-1. Two-1 is fouled away, and he's got another 2-strike count. Quinn Brody waiting on deck. The 2-2. Tried a fastball in the outside corner and just missed. Sitting with that fastball around 93 miles an hour so far. That one had a little bit of life to it. Had plenty of life on the fastball in his bullpen. Fouls the 3-2 pitch away for a couple of long at-bats to start. Already at 11 pitches throughout the first 2 batters for Santos. So far this season, he is maxed out at 65 pitches, which came in his last appearance on the 19th. Here's the payoff pitch. Misses ball 4 low, and that'll be a walk for Carpio.
Santos kind of known as more of a pinpoint guy. So that means that he really tries to command his pitches over velocity. He puts them exactly where he wants to put them. And so if he misses them, then there's really nothing else that he has to offer there. So he's been very successful with being able to nail his strike zone and nail his spots, and that's really what got him this call up to Double-A.
First pitch to Brody is in the dirt, 1-0. Yeah, you say he's kind of hit or miss whether it's the control or not. Only giving up 5 earned runs so far this season in Jersey Shore. So he must have hit his spots more than not. Swung on and missed. Fastball got past the hot bat of Brody. He takes over in center field for Mangum, as I mentioned earlier. 267 average. 12 hits and 2 RBIs. That one runs inside 2-1. And Santos also a guy that usually has that control like Emily was saying, but also doesn't walk a ton of batters. At most this season, it was his first start of the season up in Hudson Valley. He walked 2, and since then he's only walked 1 or none, and the rest giving him a strikeout per walk of 5. The 2-1. Foul ball, and it'll be another 2-strike count for Santos.
Wind pushing out strong tonight from right to left, really going to help those righty batters. 'Cause pushing out of the ballpark right now, and clouds are shading the entire field, so hopefully won't have to worry about the sun.
Hot shot to Brito. He makes the pick, throws on to Stott at second. On to first. Not in time. Just missed a stellar double play there, but still a nice play from Brito with the front hand pick to keep it out of right field and get the fielder's choice, and there are 2 away.
Daniel Brito was a Gold Glove in 2018, and we are really seeing him showcase his stuff in these last few games. I mean, yesterday he threw from his butt behind center to make the play all the way at first. There was a game in Harrisburg where he made a run-stopping dive. And those kind of things, they don't get recorded. I think we talked about that before as much, but they kind of go unnoticed. But they really should not fly under the radar because it keeps the game together.
First pitch to Vientos is a strike, and to say the least, the throw from his butt was one thing from Brito behind second base, but to make the play sliding backhand after a deflection off of second base, it was probably one of the best plays we've seen this season.
By far.
Just misses on a breaking ball to Vientos. 1-1 now the count. Vientos has been a dangerous bat throughout this series. 254 batter with 11 long balls on the season. Foul ball down the third base line. 1-2. He's got 29 RBIs on the season. Does Vientos. Leads the team. Checking over on Brody after not necessarily jumping, but a little bit too comfortable in his secondary on that last pitch that was fouled away. Santos keeping tabs. going. Ball outside. Here's the throw from Duran. Picked up by Brito, unable to actually, as this one's going to go into center field, and getting an additional 90 feet will be Brody.
Credit Brody with a stolen base, and they're throwing out on the catcher E2. Stolen base, E2.
So that's going to go as a stolen base for Brody, and then an E2 on Duran. And just like that, you have the 4-hitter up with the first run of the game at third. Still a 2-strike count. That ball missed outside. Slider outside in the dirt was a tough throw for Duran to make. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Shallow fly ball out to right field. It's going to be a tough play for anyone that can get there, and nobody can. It's going to drop in as a fair ball. Rounding first and heading to second is Vientos. He's got an RBI double to give them a 1-0 lead early.
That was a tough play to make, but I think what hurt the Fightins more than the ball dropping was that everyone ended up being front of the ball, and it dropped behind and bounced further behind them, and that's what I think allowed the extra base there for the batter. The run was going to score either way, but I think just allowing him to get into scoring position could be a little bit harmful here to come.
Brad Bergeson's now going to take the mound and talk to his young pitcher, and you're right. Bonifacio on that play, he had to travel a long distance to get there. It was going to be a hit for a majority of outfielders that are out there. He did ease up to not make the situation any worse. However, the way he skipped, like you said, he did run already too far, and it gave him an additional 90 feet.
And Brad Bergeson probably out there just settled down. You know, the rookie, he's 20 years old. He's here in AA. There are probably 2 to 3 times more people in the stands than he's used to seeing here, because the Fightin' Phils, you know, have great crowds out at the ballpark. And just, you know, kind of settle him down, remind him, trust your stuff, go after this guy, and you'll get the job done. He's been successful so far this season. No reason that he can't, you know, stay that way.
You're 100% right, Emily, and just always tough when the defense doesn't necessarily pick you up and get those 50-50 balls. So trying to bear down and pitch to his game, and he's going to have to pitch against the left-hander Will Toffee. First pitch just misses. 1-0 the count. Toffee had a good game yesterday. Launched a homer for a 2-hit afternoon. The 1-0 pitch. Back-to-back changeups, it looks like, just tail a bit outside. And now it's 2-0 with a runner in scoring position. Will Toffee now a 188 batter on the season. 16 hits, 12 RBIs. The 2-0. Swung on and ripped down the right field line, but foul, 2-1. Toffee had a great game yesterday, but it was more of a better inning, as he had a very nice diving play at first base to rob a hit. And then in the bottom half, or the top half of the next inning, I should say, he launched that homer. 2-1, here's the pitch from Santos. Another foul ball and another 2-strike count. One thing Santos has done a great job of so far is getting ahead of these batters. Everyone's had to work through a 2-strike count so far. And quickly we have somebody warming up in the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen.
And it's hard to tell because I'm not sure how long of a leash he was getting today in his first AA start. They know he's young, and they know this is kind of a big moment. They might have not been planning him, you know, no matter what. I mean, he's only given up 1 run right now, so it's not like it's out of control, but we don't know what they were planning initially.
Yeah, usually in baseball, if you saw somebody warming up in the first inning, it must be going atrocious. Now with
5 earned runs out there,
and now, exactly.
Exactly, with the piggyback and the 1-inning openers and stuff like that. So
the top of the order has been tough for the R-Phils to corral, and it might be easier just to have that difference. The 2-2 is out of the zone. 3-2 now the count. Santos just looking to get out of this inning. He's 1 out away. So 1-0 our score on a beautiful afternoon here in Baseball Town. Great crowd on deck, and they would love to see the third out here with a runner in scoring position. The 3-2. Swung on and missed. Duran's got to go make the play. He throws on to first in time, and that'll bring an end to the inning. But not before the Rumble Ponies get out to the 1-0 lead, courtesy of one hit, but one runner's left on. We're heading to the bottom of the first. Your Phils are coming to bat.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Customers Bank is a proud continued partner of the United Way of Berks County and the Ready, Set, Read initiative. Ready, Set, Read programs focus on improving literacy skills for children from birth through 3rd grade. The Fundamentals of Reading are a community-wide initiative that bring together schools, businesses, organizations, and individuals throughout our area to improve early grade reading success. Customers Bank and the United Way of Berks County are committed to reading success and urge you and your business to support this worthwhile initiative. For more information on Ready, Set, Read and how you can become involved, please visit readysetreadberks.org. And thank you, Customers Bank, for your continued support.
To the bottom of the first, our Phil's coming to bat after giving up one run in the first inning from Santos. We'll see what the plan is on the pitching side when we get to the top of the second, but for now, the Los Luchadores de Reading will be bringing up their second baseman, Daniel Brito, to lead off. They'll be followed by the shortstop, Bryson Stott. Then right fielder, Jorge Bonifacio, coming back from his day off. Sheets RBI guys, Madison Stokes in the 4-hole. He's playing third base, followed by the catcher, Rodolfo Duran. And then Josh Stevens, the left fielder, will bat sixth. Batting seventh is Luke Miller, the first baseman, followed by the center fielder, Logan Landon, getting back out there. And then batting ninth is the pitcher, Victor Santos. They will be up against Cole Gordon, the Tampa, Florida native, 32nd round draft pick by the Mets in the 2019 amateur draft. First pitch from Gordon misses for a ball as Brito thought about bunting, but third baseman Vientos looking on. Now he has his heels in the infield grass. 1-0, thinks about doing it again. This time he takes a strike. Now it's 1-1. We'll see if that changes his plans at all.
This is just Gordon's fourth start in 11 appearances, so he's really one of those guys that flip-flops such back and forth.
Brito rolls over one to second base. Over to make the play is Carpio, and there's one away. Yeah, that's what I talked about in the pregame show, where it's just been, he's similar to Santos, where they are moving more towards that role now. It's 3 consecutive starts for him. And they're looking to see what they get from him. He's been used in high leverage, he's been used in piggybacks, and now he's getting another start.
And you know what I heard from some of the guys, which I never thought of about this whole situation?
The 1-0 after misses in the dirt, so now it's 1-0, excuse me.
Is that I always thought that it must be kind of stressful to never know where you're going to go. As, you know, these guys are going back and forth between each start and relief. But it makes them actually, I've heard some guys say that they can relax a little bit more on the whole routine they have as a starter. You know, people get caught up with, I've got to do this and then this and then this every time before I start, and I've got to warm up for the exact same amount of times, and they have all these rituals, and it's, when you're a reliever, it's just not the same.
2-0 misses for a ball, 3-0.
So they've kind of been able to get themselves to relax off of that stuff, and that's been helpful. That's something I did with Steve Carlton the other day, is that, you know, rituals, they kind of shut you down from being confident sometimes.
As easy as they come, Stott takes a 4-pitch walk. That'll bring in Bonifacio. And, you know, that's a really good point. It's, you would have, much rather have all your pitchers, despite them being such creatures of habit sometimes, to be able to be flexible. And the one thing that I think really has brought that into play is the usage of starters in the bullpen in the postseason at the major league level. I'm sure they want everyone to be able to do it if push comes to shove, since you only really need 3 starters in the postseason. So I'm sure if you could teach it to them young, that's such a plus.
And especially where you get into instances
First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1.
like when you're in a playoff game, for instance, and there's runners on and you've gone through all your pitching, and it's if you lose this, you're out. Then you put in Aaron Nola, and then Aaron Nola has had, or whoever the Aaron Nola is at that time, has had that experience prior, maybe whether it was just in the minor leagues.
That one's blocked in the dirt, but Stott with a great read. He's going to slide into second base and pick up second on a wild pitch.
And so you just get more comfortable in being and going whichever way you're needed, and you're not, pinholing yourself so much in a position. Because more flexibility means more playing time. It does.
That's for every position too, but pitchers especially, where for such a long time, that is, if you talk about flexibility, those are people that can't touch their toes when it comes to going outside their routine. 1-1 is a hot shot down the left field line, foul. Now to make it 1-2.
Something Steve was saying too was that, like, if one thing goes wrong in your routine, or you miss one step, or something doesn't happen, then in your head you're kind of like, I've lost the game already. It didn't go right. It didn't go right. But if you can find a way to get out of that, diligence is good, but if you could find a way to not need all of that stuff all the time, it could benefit you on a chance where you can have it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes, as you were just saying perfectly, that's what makes an ace an ace. If he doesn't have his A-plus stuff, he's still going to be able to grind through. Because if you have the good enough stuff, you should be going out there each and every outing and dominating. But that's just not how humans work. That's just not how the game of baseball works. 1-2, the count now to Bonifacio. Stott standing on second. Couple of looks. Here's the pitch from Gordon. Fouled away. Cole Gordon, as we mentioned, from the Florida area, Tampa to be exact. One of 5 alums in affiliated baseball from George M. Steinbrenner High School. Just opened up in 2009 in memoriam to the Yankee owner. The 1-2. Fastball out of the zone, 2-2. He's the second farthest along of graduates from there. The only one further is Kevin Merrill in AAA Omaha for Kansas City. And then he went to college for 3 years at Mississippi State. 2-2, runner on second, 1 away. Here's the pitch. Chopped over to first base. It's going to be a tough play. He slips and throws over to the pitcher covering. He can't make the play. Jogging in easily is Stott, and heading over to second is Bonifacio. And that is another error for the Rumble Ponies.
And it is crazy how much defense has impacted their play here in these games. Yesterday they had 6 errors. Now they were on 2 different plays and that was it. But yesterday was won by just a run. And if you mess up enough where a run scores here on this play, that might end up being it. You never know. And so that's why defense is such key and just some. Even remaining composed after you bobble is something in and of itself, because I do think, even though he slipped on that pitch, if he had just remained composed and made a good throw, he might have gotten the play. But then he was so, caught up, he missed through it as well.
That'll bring in Madison Stokes. Now Bonifacio standing on second. He gets the E1 on the play. It's going to be against the pitcher. And no RBI on that, but it is 1-1, tied up in the first. The composure's one thing. The other factor I think plays into that is that shift. A lazy roller that barely leaves the infield grass turns into a runner standing on second and 1 run in. 2-0 now the count to the Sheets RBI guy Madison Stokes.
And Stokes just having a heck of a series here. He's hit a home run in 2 straight games. We'll see if he can make it 3 tonight.
Pops this one high up behind home plate. Ranging over to try and make the play is Ortega. It stayed in play, but a difficult one to read. And staying alive is Stokes.
And that was interesting because usually the catchers are all over those kinds of balls where they can get the easy out. And you did talk about yesterday how it's difficult for them following the ball, tracking it in the other way. And we just saw yesterday, I think it was, the Fightin Phil's catchers were practicing that with the machine where they were sending it pop up right over home plate and just trying to practice fielding it that way.
The 2-1. Another high pop-up and foul ground. This time the third baseman, Vientos, is going to come over for it, and this one will run out of room. So now it is 2-2. And pretty much what I was going to say, and now it comes more into a important point. Ortega now taking a better jump to it. You talk about jumps, and you look at outfielders, ball hit to them because it's a lot easier of a play to actually get up and go right to where the ball is. That was a rough route for Ortega the first time. This time sees it a little bit better and takes a V-line right to where the ball wound up, just ran out of room.
And Ortega went from the backup catcher to the catcher yesterday with Mayer gone.
Stokes sends one into right field. It's going to hang up for the right fielder to make the play, Cortez, and he will throw it into the cutoff.
But Meyer came back today after having a short stint in Syracuse, just filling in some position up there. And he's back on the roster today with all the travel, not getting the start tonight, but we'll probably see him for the rest of the series.
And that'll bring in our catcher, Rodolfo Duran. Catcher now in his 11th game, a .214 average, .452 slugging. He's got 9 hits and 6 RBIs on the season. He's got a chance for number 7. Bonifacio standing on. He swings at the first pitch, and a high pop-up to shallow left field. Rodriguez is camped underneath it. He will make the play. But your R-Phils tie it up. One run on no hits and 1 runner left on. We're heading to the second, tied up at 1.
Gear up for the Fightin Phil's season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin Phil's team store at FirstEnergy Stadium or check in store 27-day our Phil's shop. Variety of fun t-shirts and more. Something new? This selection is a Redding gear. Black Phil's attire. For your Fightin, stop by Streets Fightins or rphil.shop.
The Reading Fightin Phils, in conjunction with Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with Realty 2021. Visit their at BPN. That makes house hunting easier than a talented team of answer all your call them today 926-1EXP proud partner Phils at all 7 Savage 61 Fiesta Friday games during the 2021 season. EXP Realty Group, where every move matters.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fighting Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs.
Hey kids, Cooper the Hound Dog is headed to the BTI mascot autograph booth in Geico Appliance in Funland. Head to Funland now for your chance to meet Cooper. Now batting for the Rumble Ponies, the left fielder number 8, Wagner LaGrange.
Well, here we go into the top of the second, and the Fightins have tied it up at 1 with a very eventful bottom of the first and a leadoff base hit from LaGrange to start things off here in the top of the second. And I have a very special guest with me on the air right now. It is Chuck, the Vice President at Stockertown Beverage. Thanks so much for joining me, Chuck.
Hi, Emily. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm very excited to have you on, and not just because you brought some samples up to the press box for me, but because your beer is going over so well downstairs in the concourse. So I kind of want to get some insight on it. Mal beer, you were telling me off the air, is out of Spain, correct?
Yes, it's from Madrid, Spain.
And it's got a lot of history to it, right?
Yes, it's a 125-year-old brewery started by a French family, the Mal family, and the Mal family still runs the brewery today.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. So how did you get involved with the beer then?
I got very fortunate to be introduced to the Mal family and the Mal representatives, and they were very eager to come over to America and introduce their beer to American beer drinkers. And I jumped at the opportunity to work with them.
So you brought this beer over with their help to America?
Yes.
And so this is where you can get this beer in America?
Yes, for the first time.
That's so exciting.
It is
That's
very
awesome.
exciting.
Well, so they have a tasting downstairs, and then you can buy the beer at the tap room. This one hit right back to Santos. He gets him doubled up at second onto first, and they don't get the double play, but they do get the leadoff runner. That's the second time we've seen that happen today. And so the Fightins get it out now for Rodriguez. So you guys have a great beer selection, but here today we have Cinco Estrella. Am I pronouncing that correct?
Yes, Mal Cinco Estrella.
Is that 5 stars? Is that what that means?
5-star flavor.
I like that. Well, I'm gonna try to crack it so you guys can hear it. I think I could hear that.
Well
that
done.
Was awesome. That was awesome. Well, cheers. We cheers beer.
Cheers.
We're gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. So refreshing. On a nice, should we do it? Lined right into the glove of Stott. They're going to try to double them up again, but they only get the one out, and a quick first out there for, a quick second out there for the Rumble Ponies, and now we're on to the pitcher, Cole Gordon. So why don't you tell me how you would describe this beer?
Okay. Mal Cinco Estrella Lager is a light, crisp, clean lager. It's perfect for warm summer evenings like this. It's perfect for kicking back and enjoying a great baseball game. And it's a perfect companion with your favorite hot dogs or hamburgers or nachos or fries.
What I like about this is that usually sometimes you think of a lager as being a little bit heavier, but this is so light and crisp that you kind of get the best of both worlds there.
Exactly, Emily. It's got that light, crisp, refreshing flavor because Spain is a warmer weather country. So the need for refreshment is great.
That's wonderful. So is this would you say one of your top sellers?
It is. And we're very pleased at the way people are accepting it and getting to know it and including it as one of their go-to beers.
And so where can the average person buy this? You have a website, correct?
We do, StockertownBeverage.com. You can find out about Mal there. We have it here on tap at the ballpark, and it's available at beer retailers all throughout the area.
That's awesome. So people can buy this locally, correct?
Yes.
Santos gets the punch out there for out number 3 and nothing across here at the top of the second inning. So his first scoreless inning in Double-A. We'll keep talking through the break here. So you were saying this is on tap here at the ballpark. I assume that's in the tap room.
Yes, it is.
So that's a perfect place to go grab yourself one of these Mal Cinco Estrellas. And on my can it says 1890. Is that when this originated in?
That was when the Mal family began brewing in Madrid.
Wow, and it's made it all this way over to America.
Yes.
That's very exciting. So where does Stockertown Beverage come in? So that's kind of the top of it.
We're the wholesale distributor for the territory, so we do a lot of specialty and craft beers. We have some really great beers here in the park, including Founders, Sloop, Levante. So Stockertown Beverage specializes in craft beers and specialty beers.
Okay, so I feel like a lot of people have heard Founders. That's one you can probably trust. So if you like that, then you'll probably like the other beers that you guys help supply. And one of those is Mal Cinco Estrellas. So you guys are also, we're so grateful that you guys are such a proud sponsor of our Fiesta Friday nights. And I feel like this beer coming from a Spanish-speaking country to sponsor, our Heritage Night back here at the ballpark is such a positive experience for everybody. How did you guys decide to get involved in this specific night?
Well, we were speaking with our friends here at the Fightin Phils, and they told us about their plans for Friday, and we thought it was a natural fit for Mal Cinco Estrella because we like making friends, and we thought that Mal was the kind of beer that speaks to everybody.
I like that. Yeah, this is definitely the right night to do it. Huge, fan base out here, a big community night. So I think you guys are going to be doing samplings most of the Fiesta Friday nights that we have left. Is that
we
correct?
will. We'll also be here during some of the in-game beer festivals.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. Thursday nights.
I was out there a couple weeks ago ducking home runs.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's fantastic. Well, that is all the time we have for today, Chuck, and thank you so much for coming on, letting me taste your Mal Cinco Estrellas, and I look forward to seeing you downstairs.
Likewise. Thank you, Emily.
You.
Cheers.
Bye. So we're starting off the bottom of the second inning with Josh Steven, and Steven stepping into the righty batter's box, sends the first pitch he sees out to deep left field, going back LaGrange at the warning track, and he'll make the catch for out number 1.
First baseman number 2, Luke Miller.
Here's Luke Miller now. Santos held them in the top of the second, so we're still tied at 1 here in the bottom half. And Luke Miller had an excellent night last night. He came into the game later in the night, and he had a sacrifice fly that scored a run, was hit by a pitch, and scored his own run. So very helpful out on the plate coming in later in the game. And Tyler's back on the air joining us as Miller fouls one back. It's 0-1.
Such a valuable skill to be able to pinch hit at a high level, especially in a game where it mattered as much as it did.
No balls, 2 strikes here to Miller. There's 1 away in the bottom of the second, and the score is tied. Miller chops one up, will get through the middle. Charging it is the shortstop Rodriguez, and on the run he makes the catch down to first. That will be out number 2 quickly here for Gordon, and it kind of seems like both of these pitchers are settling in after kind of I wouldn't say like super rocky, but a little bit of a hesitant first inning.
Yeah, and it kind of comes back to both of their defenses having a blunder. There's 1 error apiece there, and being able to respond from that is huge.
So now we are at Logan Landon. He's had 1 start so far, and he also came into pinch hit last night. Last night, Sean Williams, I feel like we can't give him enough credit for the way he managed that game yesterday. You start a game with kind of a couple of your go-to starters sitting on the bench, giving them the day off, and then he plays the chess match perfectly as Landon grounds this one into the shortstop Rodriguez again and on to first. And a quick inning there for the Rumble Ponies. We'll take a short break and we'll talk about Sean Williams managing in just a little bit.
Spend some quality time taking them out every Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Classic Harley Davidson. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $50 when purchased in advance. Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long here at FirstEnergy Stadium. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
One to one our score here in Baseball Town. And back out for his third inning of work is Victor Santos. As Emily and I were just saying earlier, great job of staying composed after giving up the one run in the first. Now he will be dealt the top of the order once again. Here's Carlos Cortez. Cortez is 0 for 1 on the day. He flew out to Bonifacio to kick off this game. First pitch swinging, he fouls this one back, 0-1. Still sitting around 93 miles an hour per fastball. Now on 92, here's the 0-1. 91 just misses. Santos made one heck of a play on that comebacker. Nearly turned another double play as an excuse me foul ball is sent over the net, 1-2. Showing the ability to field his position. Now he's looking to get this next pitch over. Tries the changeup, slips out of the hand, 2-2 now the count. So plenty of daylight here, however the lights are on at FirstEnergy Stadium. The 2-2. Hard foul ball saved by those safety nets, courtesy of Access Industries. That's one where they certainly came into play. A hot shot going to those bleacher creatures on the left side. Keeping it in play and keeping everyone safe. The 2-2. Swung on and ripped right into the shift. Brito takes a couple of pumps and throws it over to Miller at first, one away. And we talked about Bonifacio's error being what it was because of the shift, getting a number off the end of the bat, unable to make the play. Henceforth, we go to a 1-1 game. That's where the numbers come into play. Cortez rips one that would usually be through the 3-4 hole between first and second base. Instead, as routine of a play as it comes. I bring in Luis Carpio. First pitch, ball, 1-0. One-0 is sent high into foul ground. Coming over to make the play is Miller. He makes the catch 2 away.
The center fielder number 24, Quinn Brody.
That'll bring in Quinn Brody. He reached on a fielder's choice in his first at-bat and came around to score the only run of the day for Binghamton. The first pitch. Good changeup on the outer half, in for a strike, 0-1. Right back to the same spot with the same pitch. Just like that, he's ahead 0-2, and a whole different look from Santos here. Really in control. Incredible to see out of the 20-year-old. The 0-2. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Santos gets the 3-pitch punch out to go 1-2-3 in the inning. We're going to head now to the bottom of the third inning. Your R-Phils are coming to bat, tied at 1.
From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Sons. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable quality hauling, disposal, and recycling service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 7 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61's Fiesta Fridays, presented by Alex Batanzas of eXp Realty, Humane Pennsylvania, Supportive Concepts for Families, Children's Home of Reading, and Mao Beer. Fiesta Fridays features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural events throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
To the bottom of the third we go. It'll be pitcher on pitcher to start as Santos digs in from the lefty's batter's box. Throws righty, hits lefty. Swings at the second pitch, fouls it away quickly. It's 0-2. Cole Gordon going back for his third inning of work. Hasn't allowed a hit yet to Los Luchadores. Just the one error, which came around to be a run. Slow roller over to third base. Over to make the play as Vientos one away.
The second baseman, number 12, Daniel Brito.
I'll bring in the top of the order, Daniel Brito. He rolled over to second base for his first at-bat, 0 for 1. Same thing I was saying before about Santos. Gordon looks completely locked in now after what could have potentially went haywire in the beginning. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1 on an 82-mile-an-hour slider. Roped down the first base line, but hooked it. So now it'll be 0-2. The 0-2. Fly ball out to left field. Under it to make the play is LaGrange, and they're quickly 2 away.
Shortstop number 6, Bryson Scott.
That'll bring in the shortstop, Bryson Stott. He walked on 4 pitches his first at-bat. Gordon had no interest in pitching to him there. We'll see if he gets the pitch to hit this at-bat, as he came around to score later on the Bonifacio E1. Good cutting action on that pitch to clip the inside half. That'll make it 0-1. The 0-1. Fastball out of the zone, 1-1. Talked about Daniel Brito's stellar defense yesterday alongside the consistent offense of himself, but Stott in the same way made a couple of huge plays to keep it in winnable circumstances as he fouls this one away. We were talking about it before the game. I thought one of the best plays of the game was that slow roller with a runner on third in extra innings that he turned around, fired to home without a force on. He had to get it in time for Conley to apply the tag. Did so with relative ease. The 1-2 pitch is out of the zone, 2-2. But he also made a nice backhanded play up the 5-6 hole, which is the toughest play for a shortstop to make, and showcased his arm, which has just been great ever since coming to Reading. Swings at strike 3 in the dirt, and that'll bring an end to a 1-2-3 inning for Gordon and the Rumble Ponies. We're heading to the fourth, still tied at 1. Don't go anywhere.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud Berks County developmental group, breaking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone. but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Into the top of the fourth inning we go here at FirstEnergy Stadium, and we're still tied at 1. And this is the way that Wednesday night's game went as well. We've seen kind of a pitcher's duel now. Maybe we'll head into some offense. But back to the top of the fourth. And it will still be Santos on the mound. After Gordon shut down the Fightin Phils 1-2-3, Santos on 52 pitches here into the top of the fourth, and Gordon 39, and they've both given up 1 run. Both teams also have an error in the field, though the Luchadores still looking for their first hit. First, Santos is going to have to get them through this half inning. And he's going to start it off with Vientos, then Toffee and LaGrange. He shut them down 1-2-3 in the third. And a swing and a miss from Viento makes the count 0-2. A slow chopper that rolls foul. Vientos with the double that scored the only run for the Rumble Ponies so far. And this one lined into left. It's going to drop in front of Steven. And base hit for Vientos. He's 2 for 2 today. And he'll start off the top of the fourth inning with a hit now for Will Toffee.
Vientos just has such comfortable but explosive at-bats. He has another liner there. The first at-bat, he gets on the double, I should say, and picks up the RBI, but that was more of a defensive swing. It just plops into no man's land. This time he ropes it over to left field, showing the ability to do both.
So there's a runner on first now with nobody out here in the top of the fourth. Looking back is Vientos, and he sets up, glove at the waist. Kicks and fires home. He's got not exactly a sidearm delivery, but a lower slot where he releases the ball. I would say, you know, if 45 is about, I'm trying to think, what would be that, like 130? Maybe he's like delivering it just below, like at 2 o'clock on a clock. He's letting go of the ball as he gets Toffee down on strikes. And there's out number 1 with his 4th strikeout of the game. And now he'll face off against LaGrange here, who also had a single in the second. Sun on half the field right now, shade covering the rest, which is what we've seen happen the past few nights with the way the sun sets here in Reading. Though the lights are on at the ballpark, and the wind going right to left. This one sent out to left center field. A diving Landon, and he makes the catch all the way in left center field. That was an SC top 10 play if I've ever seen one.
Highway robbery by Logan Landon. Full extension dive to his right, robs extra base hits, and he fired a strike back in that nearly would have doubled him up if it wasn't for heads-up base running by Vientos. What a play.
And he didn't even mind that he lost his sunglasses in the process. Because for a second they were on the ground. I'm like, He's got the baseball. What's down there? But he kept composure, and a big pickup there for the Fightin Phils. That could have definitely went for extra bases if it trickled all the way to the wall, but it doesn't, and now there's 2 outs, a runner still on first for Ortega, who's going to take a first pitch strike.
That play definitely brought a buzz to the crowd as they responded appropriately. Now they're getting excited for Santos to work out of this.
He'll look back at the runner on first. And Viento's really staying calm in the face of adversity here. He gets a swinging strike out of Ortega, and it's 1-2. We did see a player on our roster born in 2001, but that was in Harrisburg with Jose Cedena, and this is the first 2000 baby to play here at FirstEnergy Stadium, which is a weird thought.
Yeah, that hurts me. We saw Riley Green earlier this season. He was the first player I've seen younger than me, which not the best thing to see, but now I'm glad that an R. Phil's doing it, so guess I could root for him a little bit more, right?
Yeah, always kind of interesting too, like now that we're approaching Olympic time, to see like 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds
my gosh, give me
like
a break.
making Olympics. It's kind of crazy. And, you know, love these guys starting young and being so successful as he gets a slow ground out to the first baseman, and that'll do it here as he strands another runner. We see some excitement out of Santos for the first time. They're going to check him before he walks back into the dugout, and we'll take a short break before we head into the bottom half.
Cornwall Senior Living Community, Acrewood, Lebanon, offers independence for well as educational program of have here on Manor all residential choice homes. So are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned, full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phils Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin Phils, two great hometown partners.
Ready, the right fielder number 29, Jorge Bonifacio.
Well, it's Jorge Bonifacio's turn to bat, and after he reached on an error, his first time up, we'll see what he can do again. The Fightins are tied with the Rumble Ponies here at 1. And he holds off on a pitch low. Yesterday, Bonifacio got the day off in the beginning, but he came in to pinch hit later in the afternoon, but he struck out. And we'll see what he can do here. Still looking for a hit today's contest. Swings and misses. It's strike number 1. It's popped foul. It's going to head into the plaza area. We'll see if it bounces. Oh, it heads to the stands. And a nice catch there by a fan. I love when they're so excited about it. The best part of getting a foul ball is the getting of the foul ball. I feel like not the keeping of the foul ball. What do? You just put it down somewhere in your room. But the coolest part is the story of getting it, the hustle.
Yeah, nobody wants to talk about picking it up, underneath the seats, like an empty day, maybe a rainy day game. You want to make that catch in a packed crowd.
Right. You want to end up on the Instagram of MLB or MILB.
Yes.
One of those moms with the baby and they catch it in the beer or something like that. We've seen some pretty good ones here at the ballpark. I'm still waiting for one to come into the booth.
We're completely windows down. We're ready for it.
And Bonifacio ends up walking, so he'll head to first. One of my friends who is the broadcaster in Portland, Emma, she had, Tyler has like a water bottle here. Was that Camelback? It's probably Camelback.
Yes, it is.
She had a hydro flask, which is one of those metal ones, and a foul ball came in and pinged the hydro flask and completely dented the inside of it. And they were nice. They sent her another one, so that was cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the day.
I would keep that one though.
Yeah,
That's a pretty cool story.
You gotta. And we've got giant protective netting in front of us that I think is really keeping us.
Yeah. But
if we get one at the right angle, that's coming in here for sure. Madison Stokes sends it high in the sky out to left field. And coming over to make the catch is LaGrange. She does so, and Bonifacio's going to have to stay on first. And a big thank you to PJ Wheelhands for sponsoring our team feed. They brought some great wraps today.
Yeah.
Nice on a hot weather day to get some cold food,
It was good, yeah. I also I am the biggest advocate for appetizer foods, and they had a lot of that, flatbreads, pretzel bites. It was right up my alley. Thank you, PJs.
And they're a great local sports bar you can go to right in Berks County. And Duran takes a ball downstairs.
Great sports bar, especially, I would say, the best chain wings out there, hands down.
That is a bold statement there.
Yes, but I stand behind it wholeheartedly.
And Duran deep in the hole at short, 6-4-3, and they get the double play to end the bottom of the fourth. So we'll head into the top of the fifth, tied at 1.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Tonight's Gallagher Mechanical Vegetable Race. Remember, vegetables are good. Candy is bad. Eat more vegetables. Gallagher Mechanical provides quality service at an affordable price. Hey kids, Rupert the Hound Dog is headed back to the BTI mascot autograph booth.
Well, we head into the top of the fifth, still tied at 1, and now I'm just thinking about something I wanted to address yesterday with Conley, but I forgot. And as I see him come out, because Duran was the last out, so he had to get his gear on, and Connolly was behind the plate for the warm-up throws. And yesterday, he was wearing that hockey mask behind the plate. And before, he's been wearing that old-fashioned helmet and then the separate mask. And I wanted to know why he's going back and forth, or maybe he's trying to decide, or something happened with his mask. So I'm not sure. Meant to ask about that, but I will get it later. But we do see Duran always has the hockey helmet on. You'll see most younger guys, I think, just start with that nowadays.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone has their benefits. I mean, the hockey match just seems more protective and safer, but
and more cohesive ripoff for me.
I was going to say the opposite. I
you
feel
think it's clunky.
The difference. Yeah, I feel like it might be difficult to throw it off.
I guess you get whatever you used growing up.
That's probably what you used to the most.
Easiest.
Yeah.
So we do have a pitching change, a call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen. As Santos' day is done, he goes 4 innings for his first debut in Double-A. He just gives up 3 hits and 1 earned run. I would say that's a pretty solid start comparatively. And he does so on 65 pitches. It's Tyler Carr who comes out now to work. And he sends in a strike to Manny Rodriguez. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. The Fightins ended the bottom of the 4th, rounding into a double play. So tough there as they had a leadoff base runner. And Carr coming home now outside. It's 3-1.
Tyler Carr comes into this one with a 6.00 ERA. 6 of his 15 appearances have been scoreless so far. One best part about him
as the strike comes in, it's full count now,
is the fact that he has so far 6 inherited runner opportunities where he's come in with 6 separate times where a runner's been on base. He stranded all of them. And that doesn't get shown in the ERA, obviously, but it is a huge factor for anyone that wants to be a back-of-the-end bullpen sort of guy, to be able to come into an uncomfortable, messy inning and clean it up.
And so now we're still on 3 balls, 2 strikes as Rodriguez fouls one back. Here's the payoff pitch now from Carr, and he chops it foul, so we'll do it again. Infield back deep, but straight up, as is the outfield. Wind blowing in favor of righty batters. And the payoff pitch chopped up the third baseline. It's fair. Across the diamond is Stokes, and a perfect throw picked off by Miller will get the out over at first. And again, we bring up solid defense from the Fightins is getting the job done.
Difficult play there from Stokes. Pretty much as far into fair ground as he could go. Plants his feet around that foul line, obviously. Makes the throw across the diamond. A heads-up play, like you said.
And Stokes really just shining all over the field lately, too. Yesterday, he was on first. He's been left. He's been right. So he's getting his reps in different places, and he's been able to really, acclimate very well all over the diamond.
I mean, look at this list just in 2021. He's got 19 games at first, 4 at second, 1 at third, make it 2, 12 in left, 6 in right. To be able to do all of that and only have 1 error on the season, no errors on the season, he's done a heck of a job.
Swing and a miss there from Cole Gordon, and the pitcher versus pitcher matchup goes to Tyler Carr. That is the Fightins' 5th strikeout of the game so far, and we'll head back to the top of the order with Cortez. We'll see if Carr can come in and get a quick 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 5th.
That strikeout is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Head to your local Kia dealers and trade up to a Kia. Learn more at kia.com. And I think one of the most interesting parts so far about that start from Santos, which we said was so strong, is he had somebody warming up in the first inning. We thought it might be because they were going to give him a short leash, or it was planned maybe he'd be an opener. And it might have actually been just to make sure nothing went off the rails early, and Santos did exactly what he had to do.
He was really able to hold tough as Cortez sends this one deep to left field. Going back is Steven, and it's over the fence. That will break up this 1-1 tie as a solo shot from Cortez makes it 2-1 here in the top of the first. And I was wondering when we were going to see a home run. I was hoping it was on the Fightin side, but we've seen home runs in all of the games so far. Lots of them here, with the wind carrying in the right direction and these two power teams. It's really flying out all over the place.
That's exactly what you said earlier. The wind going out to left field. It should help the righties. This time Cortez sends one to opposite field, a sky fly ball, and the wind certainly helped that one just sneak over the wall.
And it's a called strike now to Luis Carpio, who moves up in the lineup today. We saw him yesterday batting 7th, and the day before he was batting 6th. So he gets the spot in the number 2. And he fouls it back. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's walked today, otherwise 0 for 1.
And that number 2 spot in the order is no joke. Nowadays, they kind of consider it the most important position. Usually your best batter goes up there. He's got that perfect mixture of RBI potential, getting runners on, still having somebody in front of you, but still getting the most amount of at-bats throughout a season.
2 balls, 2 strikes outside, and now it's a full count here as Tyler Carr going for the out here to retire the Rumble Ponies as the Fightins are trailing by 1 here, just want to get back up to bat. And here's the payoff pitch from the righty. Swing and a miss, he gets the job done. Another strikeout brought to you by Kia. The Kia Forte wrapped in style. Now we're going to take a short break. The Fightins down by a run, and we'll be right back here at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2021 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are safe, healthy, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community anywhere to be an animal by visiting humanepa.org.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
The Fightins trail by a run thanks to a homer from Carlos Cortez in the top of the 5th, and it's going to be Josh Steven, the hero of the night yesterday, who leads off in the bottom half. Now, Steven had a base hit and a sacrifice fly in yesterday's contest, but he walked it off in the bottom of the 11th for the Fightins as he fouls one back into the stands and move it 0 for 2. Extra special because his entire family and friend group, probably about 15 people, was down in the stands watching him, all in Josh Steven jersey. And just super excited and grateful he was when I got to talk to him after the game. But he will strike out here in his at-bat in the bottom of the 5th. There's one away for Luke Miller.
And the best part of that walk-off for Steven, just as a player, is the fact that he just did exactly what his job was. He knew that to win that game, he just needed to send a fly ball deep enough into center field. He thankfully gets the hit for it, as it does hit the ground because the outfield was so far in. But just he was content with just getting that fly ball, even though a lot of players look to try and leave the yard to walk it off.
Miller chases one in the dirt. It's 1 ball, 1 strike now. Miller grounded out to short last time up. He's got a big gap up the middle if he can push it that way. Tonight, our Fiesta Friday here at the ballpark with post-game fireworks. And Miller takes a strike on the bottom part of the zone. Tomorrow, a mega blast night here Saturday night. The weather is supposed to be gorgeous. And we're trying to pack the park as Miller chases one in the dirt, and he'll just take the tag from Ortega behind the plate. That is out number 2. And last Saturday we had 8,021 fans. That is still the reigning highest attendance in all of AA baseball. So not just the AA Northeast, but all across the board in AA, and the Fightins are looking to top that tomorrow night. And hopefully, you know, with the beautiful weather and the mega blast, that will help. And it is Logan Landon who crushes a ball deep to left center field. It's going to stay at the warning track. And tough luck there for Landon as it's caught by Brody out in left center. That'll be a quick 1-2-3 for the Fightins as they put some pop on the ball but can't get anything done. It'll be 2-1 heading into the top of the 6th.
Fills are with Mal 2021. Mal Bio Estrella, available in this has won amazing years of brewing history. Founded in 1890 in Spain, Mal beer has always been there to satisfy the most demanding taste buds. Make sure to pick up Mal beer and Mal Cinco Estrellas Lager at FirstEnergy Stadium at our Plaza Bar throughout the 2021 season and at your local retailer. Mal beer is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 2021 Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mal Beer, the 5-star taste and the quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership at Pottsville Pike today. Fastball, curveball, slider, it's the pitcher's grips that make the difference. And when it comes to cornering, braking, and traction, CJ's Tires and Automotives can improve your car's grip with a new set of Hankook tires. Hankook tires are known for great handling and reliability mile after mile. Together, Hankook Tires and CJ's are your winning team. So whatever your vehicle needs, an oil change, state inspection, brakes, alignments, or Hankook tires, trust CJ's Tires and Automotives in Fairless Hills. CJ Tires and Automotives. They really are better, faster, and more affordable.
So we head to the 6th. 2-1 our score. Thank you for joining us. 2-4-1 is the line for the Rumble Ponies. 1-0-1 for the Los Luchadores de Reading. And Quinn Brody's going to be leading off. 3-4-5 in the order for Binghamton. Against Tyler Carr coming back out for his second inning of work. First pitch dealt high and away, 1-0. Big swing and a miss there now, 1-1. We were talking in the break. The wind here obviously going out to left field, pretty significant. But it's kind of been a little spotty as we just saw there as that one clips the corner 1-2. Two similar hits there. Landon finishes the inning on a high fly ball back to the track. Just stays in the ballpark, whereas very similar to Cortez, one of those high fly balls as the 1-2 pitch is out of the zone. That one got the benefit of the doubt, stayed up a little bit longer, therefore got a little bit more depth. And it's one of the many things about this great sport of baseball that goes down in the book completely different to how it was on the field. 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed. That'll be the first out of the inning as Brody is down on strikes.
And a big pickup there for Tyler Carr, his third since coming in the fifth. And he is throwing some heat tonight. Just missed on that one pitch upstairs and given up that home run to Cortez. But otherwise, he has looked absolutely solid out on the mound.
That'll bring in Mark Vientos. Takes a first pitch breaking ball in the dirt, 1-0. Vientos, as we mentioned, has been having himself quite a series here. It goes back to his Portland series. This one goes outside, 2-0. Now 4 straight games with a home run. Had 2 in yesterday's game with 4 RBIs. He has been on quite a heater. So far he's 2 for 2 with both of his hits staying in the yard. This one, a hard ground ball over to Stott. He throws high, coming back down onto the bag to save Stott from an error is Luke Miller, and there are 2 away. And that's a big out there, obviously, for Carr. Calm down, one of the hotter bats, I'd say the hottest bat in this Rumble Ponies order. And that'll bring in Will Toffee. Toffee's 0 for 2 on the day. 2 strikeouts. Tips the first one, 0-1. Lefty swinging first baseman. And the back-to-back starts over there. He has 6 home runs on the season. That's second on the team, behind Cortez and Vientos. This one ripped down the right field line into the R-Phil's bullpen. Tyler Carr ahead 0-2. Now he was dancing around the strike zone in his first inning of work, struggling to get that command, but now he has certainly got it.
And speaking of command, we cannot fail to mention Aaron Nola today with those 10 strikeouts in a row. That ties Tom Seaver's record at 10. And interesting way that he started and ended that 10 was not exactly on the basis of control.
Carr freezes Toffee, and he's got something to say about it. But he goes down on strikes, the 4th of the outing so far for Carr.
I think Nola did that hit by pitch, double, 10 Ks, double, and that's it. Kind of bookended with doubles, which is weird when you're so successful, and then doubles come off in the end. And he also drove in a run. So really, what more could he have done? The Phillies ended up losing that game, which was tough. But Aaron Nola, that's your ace. That's your go-to guy.
Former R-Phil, and we will come back to our R-Phils in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Faster, more runs will beat at CJ's faster, affordable beats the competition. When it comes to tires, CJ's MVP choice is a new set of Falken tires. Falken tires are known for handling, reliability, and value. And for more than 50 years, CJ's has been helping customers find the right tires at the right price. Together, Falken Tires and CJ's are a winning team. Stop in any time at your local CJ's or shop online at cjtires.com. CJ Tires and Automotive. Better, faster, and more reliable.
We've been privileged at ROG Orthodontics to be part of the local community for over 60 years, creating generations of fantastic smiles.
We're honored to be voted the #1 orthodontist year after year, and proud to be the top Invisalign provider in the region.
We passionately believe we're changing lives every day right here in the community where we live.
We offer interest-free, flexible payment plans
and provide monthly scholarship programs for free braces.
Be sure to check out our magnet contest to win free braces.
We love seeing our patients' successes, knowing we had a part in changing lives.
One fantastic smile at a time.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an R-Phil's game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play as Los Luchadores de Reading Latino.
We welcome you back to the bottom of the 6th. Some R-Phil's action on the radio. Tyler Small, Emily Messina with you. And digging in to pinch hit is Archimedes Gamboa. So that'll bring an end to the day for Tyler Carr most likely. He takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. Still working is Gordon on the hill for the Rumble Ponies. Gamboa batting as a lefty. The switch hitter takes the strike 1-1. Newly acquired Zabala warming up in the bullpen, looking to make his R-Phil season debut. 2-1 now the count.
And Gamboa on to pinch hit here. And yesterday we saw all of those substitutions in today. We see one here.
Fouls that back 2-2 now the count.
And we didn't get back to talking about how well Sean Williams managed that game yesterday with all the pawns moving in exactly the right places, putting in the right pinch hitter at the right time.
That one just misses. Now 3-2 the count to the pinch hitter Gamboa.
And he's the master of doing that double switch, which is when you take out the pitcher, but you also take out somebody defensively. That way you can put the new defensive player into the pitcher's spot.
Hot shot over to first base. Toffee makes the play, flips it over in time to Gordon covering first, and he steals extra bases down the first base line from Gamboa.
That was sharply hit if I ever saw it. One of those times I would like to see the exit velocity on that.
Absolutely. But that'll bring in Daniel Brito, 0 for 2 on the day. And you're right, there's a really good thing that Baseball Reference does. It's called, it sounds really complicated, but it's Pythagorean win and loss. And basically, all it does is, Brito fouls the first one back, is it takes your run differential and it shows how many games you're supposed to win, and then it shows obviously how many games you've won. Now, that is a perfect example of a game that's won thanks to the manager. There was a lot of ways that the buttons he pushed, that one just misses for a ball, were the winning formulas. Emily just hit the head on the nail. And, I mean, they were out hitting this game. The errors obviously were a benefit, but it was those pinch hitting chances and the bullpen usage that was really the key. As Brito lines one into left field, but it hangs up just enough for LaGrange to come over and make the play, and quickly there are 2 away.
The shortstop, number 6, Bryson Scott.
A sinking liner out to left field. LaGrange got a great jump on it, and it just hung up for him. And that's been the luck so far for Los Luchadores.
A lot of kids out in the pool, and people on the deck would love to see someone crush one over there on the Fightin side, and who better but Bryson Stott.
Stott takes the first pitch in for a strike. Certainly looking for a splash here. He's the only walk of the game. Came around to score the only run of the game. Swings and tips it out of the mitt of Ortega behind home plate. Quickly, it's 0-2 to the young shortstop. Walk puts him up to a 386 on-base percentage. The 0-2. Good job hanging in there just to tap that one foul. Stay alive on a sharp breaking ball from Gordon. Swipes off some of the dirt off the rubber. Now looks in for his signs. Kicks and fires. Fouled away.
That one right into the cattle herder there. A great spot to watch as a lot of people from the dugout suite over there leaning over the fence. A cool view, and it kind of makes the game feel larger than life when you're down there. We're up here, we've got a nice aerial shot, but down there you feel like you're one in it.
Did he go? Yes, he did. A 58-foot breaking ball. Stott goes around and swings and disagrees with the call. But that'll be another 1-2-3 inning for the Rumble Ponies. We're through 6, 2-1, Binghamton leads.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone. But help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530. The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. the industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Tonight's Gift Basket winner thanks to Unique Snacks. Now everyone can enjoy some sourdough rings as the pretzel squad throws simples up to the crowd. That's tonight's Unique Snacks delivery.
Well, we are going to see a call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves, a bullpen here as we come into the top of the 7th. And it is a pitching change. Tyler Carr, his day is done after 2 innings of work here at Baseball Town. And his final line, 2 innings of work, 1 hit, 1 run. It was that home run. And he struck out 4 batters. It'll be on Yuris Zabala, who comes in to pitch. I've heard stellar things about Yuris from Jersey Shore. And he kicks and fires to his first batter, LaGrange. It's upstairs. Interesting delivery here. Kind of sets up straight at first on the first base side of the rubber. He's got his glove at his waist. Now he kind of leans angled forward, and he kicks his leg behind him. This one comes in inside. Did it hit him? And I think it did.
Unfortunately, what I was going to talk about as his best attribute, obviously, is the velocity on the fastball. Now, I want to say it a little bit less because 98 to what looks like the hand or forearm area, not ideal, but he can light up a radar gun. He's reached 100 miles an hour in his professional career, and if he could show the ability to contain it, that wasn't a necessarily wild pitch. Slipped a little bit, obviously, tried establishing the inside part of the plate, and he did so, unfortunately, at the expense of LaGrange.
And it does look like he's all right after the trainer comes out and gives him a look. He'll head down to first base. And so that will make it Jake Ortega's turn at the plate. Ortega reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out, so he's 0 for 2 today. And the lefty's going to step in the box to face the righty, Zabala. Anayares kicks and fires home. He goes for the bunt, pulls back, and it's a ball.
98 on the fastball, 82 on the slider there. And he just misses outside, but the discrepancy there between those 2 pitches is something to look out for.
He misses again downstairs, 2-0 with a change. Stokes in over at third. And Miller holding on the runner, LaGrange. Zabala deals. It's outside. Zabala part of the 3-day call-up, 3-man call-up with Santos, who we saw start this game, and then Nick Lackney, who we saw yesterday. All 3 of them coming down from Brooklyn, where Jersey Shore was playing away. And there he'll get a strike call downstairs. He hits 97 on the gun. I was told by the Jersey Shore broadcaster, Greg, that he's seen 102 out of him.
Wow.
Which I imagine maybe that was to close the game. Maybe not if they're trying to get him to go an inning or 2 right now. But we'll have to see. And Zabala deals going. LaGrange, Duran picks it up, sends a perfect throw to Bryson Stott, and he's out, safe.
He was walked, so it doesn't make a difference.
So it doesn't make a difference.
As
there was,
perfect as that play was.
Yeah, over there on first, Brower had to look back and check with Jimenez and what the pitch was, because it was a really great throw.
It was funny because it looked as though he was looking to the whole plate umpire for his input on the call. But just ball 4, unfortunately, as perfectly as Duran could have thrown that one down there.
that'll make 2 runners on and nobody out here for Manny Rodriguez. This one comes in way over the head of Rodriguez, who bends down to avoid it.
That was different than the one that plunked LaGrange, as Zabala looks a little bit frustrated with himself. That one was a little bit more dangerous up near the head of Rodriguez, thankfully getting out of the way.
Signed with the Phillies on New Year's Eve, which is pretty
That's
cool.
interesting.
That's probably got to be the best way to start your year. I can't think of another one.
Right. Yes, he is baseball young. He's just 24 despite playing for already 3 organizations throughout Seattle, Los Angeles, and then Cincinnati. And so he's been signed since 17 in 2014. And he is somebody that the Phillies organization is very excited about, just thanks to this raw talent.
Big guy, 263, 260 out there on the mound. Kind of probably towers over you with that extra height on the bump.
And it looks like he puts every pound into his velocity, obviously, but the way that he throws the ball is a very violent motion, like a Billy Sullivan.
This one inside, and it's 3 ball, 1 strike. He has a spot to put him, but it'll be tough going if he loads the bases with nobody out. And now he's getting the sign from Duran. Kicks his leg, comes home, swing and a miss. It gets away from Duran. The runners are going to advance. And it's a full count now as LaGrange is on 3rd and Ortega on 2nd. And they're going to need more baseballs here. That's going to be a passed ball on Duran.
And that's tough for Duran. Obviously, that's the call that has to be made. However, just when it's that high of a velocity, it's one thing just to be able to react. But that one handcuffed him a little bit just before it skipped in the dirt. Had to flip from his normal positioning of his hand to go with his palm facing upward, unable to get good leather on it, and just trickles away.
And this one, a bullet to deep left field. It's going to bounce over the wall, and it is a 3-run home run off the bat of Manny Rodriguez. That is his 4th of the season, and it puts up the Rumble Ponies 5-1 on Reading here in the top of the 7th. And man, was that shot out to center.
That was a jaw dropper. Rodriguez got all of it. He knew he was getting the velocity. Fastball, middle, did not miss it. Sent it deep out to left center field.
We've seen some pretty long balls here at FirstEnergy Stadium, known for being a hitter's park. I gotta say that one probably rivaled Taylor Snyder's of Hartford's. And here's the pitcher now, Cole Gordon. They're going to have him bat, as probably because he's throwing a no-hitter. Even though the Fightins have scored a run, it was on an error back in the 1st. And we've seen a lot of combination no-nos all over the place, but Gordon really not going too many pitches so far, only 70 against the Fightins and hasn't allowed a hit. So obviously you're going to go to what's working here, and they'll get him a little bit more insurance now as it's 5-1. And he's got him down 0-2, though. Zabala looking for his first out in the top of the 7th. And he'll get strike number 3. They called as Gordon has struck out looking here for this 3rd strikeout of the day. And we'll be back to the top of the order for Carlos Cortez.
Yes, 3rd strikeout of the day, but obviously that 3-run home run makes it a lot easier in the decision-making in the dugout to keep Gordon out there. We mentioned being no-hit so far. Not supposed to talk about no-hitters, but sometimes you just have to say no-hitter while you're on a broadcast, while talking about being no-hit.
It's part of the job, honestly.
Yes.
I mean, you
need to report.
You have to give the fans the information.
Yes.
And as superstitious as some people are, I'll say, fine, be superstitious. I will say it so that we can break the no-hitter.
That's exactly what I'm
Please.
saying.
But 2, our job is to report on what's happening and to provide you with the most accurate information.
Yes.
And we want to do that for you.
We do.
Cortez, 1 ball, 1 strike now. And And Zabala sends one home. He gets a called strike on the outside corner. 1-2. Looks back and now looks forward. Go home. This one popped almost into the broadcast booth. We were just talking about that. And Tyler was inches away of making the most amazing catch right in front of the booth. I would probably say, what would you say, a foot below us maybe?
I missed it by about a foot and a half.
So maybe 2 feet below us.
Yes.
But that was serendipity there.
Yes.
We were
just talking about it. Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. I missed my one chance.
It'll come again. It'll come again. And unfortunately, I don't know if the center field camera would reach all the way over here for the highlight
to
reel
see it, yeah.
Anyways.
We would just have to flip that camera right here in front of us.
Yeah, we got one of the Rumble Ponies cameras right here. We could just reach out and grab it.
That's more important than what's going on.
I'm sure they would love that for us. And Cortez keeps the count 2-2 now. We'll get one of them these days.
That was good to know that we were ready, though.
Yes.
That was good.
Well, we prepped ourselves earlier.
Same thing as spring training for the players.
And Zabala now, the 2-2 is high in the sky, but it'll go foul.
Another lengthy at-bat for Cortez. That's what is one of the best aspects of a leadoff hitter. Obviously, the ability to get on base being one, but to work these long counts and get to the bullpen like they have already, it's important.
And he gets his second strikeout pickup, out number 2 here in the 7th. And that'll bring up Carpio. The Fightins have gotten a myriad of Ks across the board, and they're just riddled between hits and runs. That was number 10, I think. Did I do the math right?
Yes, number 10, just a 2 walks so far.
And he kicks and fires home. It's low. We'll see if he can strike out the side, although he's given up a 3-run home run. Could still come back here and get the outs he's looking for. We've seen the Fightins come back from this kind of deficit before.
Yes.
Totally possible. And still 3 innings of baseball left here at the ballpark. 0-2 now to Carpio. Wind pushing directly out. And Zabala deals. He gets a piece of it. It's fouled back. It'll remain 0-2. There are gloves warming up down in the Fightins bullpen. Nobody active in the Binghamton bullpen. And we'll go for the 0-2 again. Checks his swing, but it's called strike 3 anyways. And that will get the job done for Zabala. He strikes out the side, but not before Manny Rodriguez sends a bullet out to center field. It is Binghamton 5, Reading 1. And we'll take the 7th inning stretch as we look to bat in the bottom half.
The award hospital character will unforget your family. Enjoy a base 87 directly home run walk, 2.5-hour buffet, photographs with the dirt and the Got Band. Tickets are 30 for groups of 20. Give us a call today. 37.
Team 5G. More Americans 5G. Proud to as the title sponsor state. Bills fans expect great game days. The teams are great for the truest and many will also get musical performance season.
Unlike at FirstEnergy, Stadium 61 Dugout Suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages.
Hot dog vendor for leading us in Take Me Out to the Ball Game in between innings. And we're going to start it off with Jorge Bonifacio here. He's reached twice, once on an error, once on a walk. And we'll see if he can get a hit here in the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be Cole Gordon, who comes out for another inning of work. 70 pitches so far, and he hasn't allowed a hit, but he has a run across the board, although be it unearned. And the first offering a ball to Bonifacio. The second one he fouls back into the netting behind home plate. Lest we remind you, the Fightin's got no hit on Tuesday night. Really would like to try to avoid that happening twice in one series. And Bonifacio is going to take a called strike outside.
You just said 70 pitches he's at. Josh Walker in his appearance was at 79 and unfortunately had to get pulled.
And Bonifacio crushes this ball deep to left field, going back, see you later. And the no-hitter is broken up by a home run deep to left field. He puts the Titans 5-2 right now and ties it up with Luke Miller for 8 on the season. And may I say, thank goodness.
Huge sigh of relief up here, as you can tell. Glad not to see that again, and glad for it to be a no-doubter.
Yeah, absolutely not controversial at all, and that could be a big turning point, momentum-wise, for the Fightin, where Binghamton, you kind of feel like everything is going in the right direction tonight. You're feeding off of that momentum. The Fightins walked you off last night, and now you come back with this start. Is kind of crazy, and there Jorge Bonifacio just gets a hold of the entire thing, sends it out of the ballpark, and Fightin's not out of this one at all. It's just a 3-run deficit right now, and nobody out here with Madison Stokes up.
That's a great point, and the one thing that we completely kind of forgot about now, because Gordon's been doing so well, this is only his 4th start of the season. This is now longer than he's gone into any game. His longest appearance was last game against the Portland Sea Dogs, where he went 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run. So we will see how much the fatigue comes into play, as he's reached as high as 89 pitches. And now we'll see, he pretty much went after the first inning entirely without a mistake. That was his first mistake in a while. We'll see if it becomes number 2.
Stokes sends this one up the third baseline, but it's foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Wind dying down a little bit, the flag kind of hovering at the pole. There's still a slight breeze here, pushing out to center. And the sun has pretty much completely set at the ballpark, so we're playing under the lights here. As it comes upstairs, it's a full count. Lots of fans have come into the stadium, kind of trickling in later here on a Friday night with our teacher appreciation night, and they'll stay for the post-game fireworks, I'm sure. Last night I was impressed with how many fans stayed so late with us as the game went 11. Stokes takes a ball outside and he'll walk. And there'll be a runner on first here with Rodolfo Duran, nobody out. So we went to 11 last night, and then we had tossable, and then we had the fireworks.
Non-stop here at FirstEnergy, but yes, we had a great crowd on hand. Made the walk-off just a little bit more special for every fan that stayed in their seats, obviously just to leave them when the ball was hit, but definitely great to see them out here now, but now we should have a fun rest of this one.
And they'll come out to a meeting on the mound. We'll see if the day is done. They'll take the ball from Gordon. There is someone warming up in the pen. And this could just be kind of to give the reliever some more time to warm up sometimes. That's really all these mound visits are. You know, it's just to give the reliever more time after your guy gets himself in a jam, and you weren't really prepared for that. And it does look like they're going to leave him in for now. But I would imagine that anything more, and they'll probably go to whoever's in the bullpen right now.
Yes, as he took the stroll out there for the mound visit, the right-hander in the bullpen just started throwing. Still in a shuffle to throw motion, which is usually how they get it warmed up before they start throwing pitches. So definitely be out here for Duran. We'll see what the deal is for Steven. It all depends on what happens here for the number 19 prospect in the organization, Rodolfo Duran.
Duran had his first homer the other day and then followed it quickly with his second one here in Reading. And with a runner on first and nobody out, he's going to take a strike on the outside.
Everybody clap your hands.
Setting up Gordon, the righty deals, and it's low. Popping up is Ortega, but Stokes not really taking much of a lead off of first. Stokes, now he's got a nice lead off of first. Haven't seen a ton of stolen bases out of him as Duran pops this one foul and onto the roof. Stokes just has one stolen base and one caught stealing on the season. But he does have solid speed, so I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to get himself into scoring position right now. Obviously, don't want to record it out while your team has an opportunity to score here, but definitely do want to get yourself in scoring position for any possible chance as Duran takes a strike outside, and it'll be 0-2.
The left fielder, number 10, Josh.
Oh, and he was struck out there, and he was standing there for a long time, I think arguing the call. And I thought that he had motioned the strikeout, you know, kind of where they ring him up, but he didn't move. And so that will be out number 1 here for Josh Stephen. Runner on first, and the Fightins are behind by 3 runs right now. Here's the pitch, and it's a called strike. Stephen 0 for 2 on the day.
Warming up in the Rumble Ponies bullpen, Dan Goggin, number 25.
Infield back deep, and outfield is as well now to Stephen. And he kicks and fires home. It's in the dirt. Nice block there by Ortega not to let it get past him. Luke Miller on deck.
And you were talking about earlier a little bit of motion from Stokes over at first. I wouldn't be surprised if now they try and send him. It's a different mindset when there's nobody out to kind of running into an out and starting momentum for the Rumble Ponies. But now trying to get out of the double play should be a priority for them.
And this one chopped up the first baseline, but it rolls foul, and Stephen falls behind 1 and 2. Cole Gordon getting deeper into this game. With an out, they'll let him try to get through the rest of the inning, I would imagine. Although he is up there in pitches, almost nearing 90. And the 1-2 now coming home. Josh Stephen ropes it into right field. It's going to bounce in front of Cortez, and that will push over Stokes to second. Josh Stephen with a base hit to continue things on for the Fightin' Phils as they now have a runner in scoring position and just 1 out.
Good piece of hitting there, and now, yeah, like you were saying, coming to the end of the line for Gordon definitely. Looks like he will get to face off against Luke Miller, but no, actually it will not. Looks like we're going to get the mound visit.
And so that will be a pitching change here for the Rumble Ponies. As we take a short break, we will thank IKEA because it is summer and it's time to go out and get out. You can count on hot days, a gentle breeze, and a back road that leads to a new adventure. And you can count on Kia to take you there. Head into your local Kia dealer and trade up. Visit Kia.com to learn more. And you know where the perfect place a Kia can take you? I think it's the FirstEnergy Stadium. And you can get yourself a ticket to any of the remaining home games, especially the ones in this series, Saturday and Sunday night. So we'll take a short break until we find out who is on the mound for Binghamton.
Unlike any other area at FirstEnergy Stadium, the Stadium's 61 dugout suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the dugout suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages. For the first time ever, the Reading Fightin' Phils are pleased to present you their classic game program all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player rosters, and front office staff. It also includes featured stories and alumni reports, all on the favorite guys who spent their time in baseball town. Visit rphils.com/programs to check it out.
Purchase a bank of tickets to be used throughout the Fightin' Phils season. The Flex Bank lets you use the number of tickets you need when you need them. You will have an online Flex Bank account which allows you to use your bank of tickets or vouchers to redeem for game tickets whenever you need them. You can also reserve your game tickets from your Flex Bank by contacting the ticket office or redeeming in person at the stadium. Visit rphils.com or call the office at 610-370-BALL for more information about the
A call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen makes the day done for Cole Gordon. He's going to pass off the ball to Daniel Goggin, and his line is still open because there's 2 runners on the base pass that he's responsible for. And it is Luke Miller now who steps up to the plate with 2 runners on and just 1 out. Now the Fightins are down by 3, but they added a home run by Jorge Bonifacio in this half inning. And they're looking to change the momentum as Miller takes a strike call. Lots of lively fans here in the ballpark tonight. We know that positive attitude and support really helps the player on the field, especially Josh Stevens' family having a lot of fun down in front of us. I guess they must have all flown out from California together, which must be a nice surprise. Lots of other family members in the stands as Miller takes a strike. It's 0-2. This is such a fun stadium to come and visit someone you know playing, I imagine. Just, lots to do and see here at the ballpark, and a very unique experience. I must imagine, you probably don't know what to expect coming in. And then, but maybe you get the kind of any minor league park you play at, though. Not the same here at Baseball Town. And Luke Miller now down by 2 strikes. Here's the offering by Goggin. It's in the dirt. It gets away from Ortega, but he keeps it in front of himself enough that the lead runner, Stokes, not able to advance. Obviously, Steven can't go anywhere unless Stokes does. And the defense not really holding Stokes on, although Viento's not too far away from third should he need to get back. Nobody holding Steven on at first. Leaning over is Goggin. And the righty stands tall, looks back at Stokes, and now he sends the pitch home. Miller pokes it the other way, but it is in foul territory.
Dan Goggin is a pitcher that they really like here in the Mets system. He started the season in Single A with St. Lucie, moved his way up to Brooklyn in High A, and now up here in Binghamton. Thrown 16 2/3 innings pitched. Does have a bloated ERA right now, but that's because of the short sample size. Well, seeing him in a high leverage situation here.
And a local guy out of Philadelphia, so it must be interesting to pitch close to home. The 1-2 downstairs, Miller holds off. Can't be more than an hour and 15 or so from the city. So I wonder if he's got some people here in the park. His first season in AA, just second in professional years. And now he'll come home to Miller, who pokes it right into the Fightins' dugout, and the count will stay 2-2. Ponies 5 runs on 5 hits with 1 error in the field. The Luchadores 2 runs on 2 hits with 1 error in the field. The Mets affiliate here in AA does not have their own Copa alternate identity, which some teams don't, but most, I would say, across the board in minor league do feature that. And the 2-2 now. Luke Miller ropes it into left field, up the line and deep. Rounding third and coming home is Madison Stokes, as sliding in is Josh Stevens to third. And he looks a little roughed up there at third, but but it is 5-3 now at FirstEnergy Stadium with a double off the bat of Luke Miller.
And once again, they're the Rumble Ponies. Thankfully for them, I should say, nothing comes about from that. LaGrange fires it hard into third base. Nobody covering third base, however. The only reason that ball didn't get away is because it plunked Josh Stephen on the slide. Looks like it got him near the back of the neck area. And thankfully he seems to be all right, but that could have been a lot worse for Binghamton.
Yeah, for sure. They've had defensive mishaps. As crushing the ball, Logan Landon. It's out to left, his first home run of the season, and he puts the Fightins up right now 6-3. And Logan Landon, the hero right now, coming out of the American Association and getting the chance at affiliated ball, once again delivers here for the Fightins, and the crowd is in uproar.
We talked about it earlier, his last at-bat just missed a home run by a matter of feet. This time, he gets all of it. His first home run in the Double-A is a big one. What a shot from the center fielder, Landon.
And can you believe that we were talking about no-hitter like a minute ago? And now the Fightins have tacked on how many in a row? And
that's baseball.
They've overcome the deficit they were in at 6-5 right now. And love the crowd here getting into it.
Getting into it, to say the least. I can barely hear you, and you're standing next to me. This is an awesome atmosphere to be a part of. And we're going to see Salgazzo come dig in now as a pinch hitter.
So Zabala's day is done there as Gazzo bats for him. And I got to say, it's moments like that with Landon getting the clutch hit, with Josh Stephen being the guy to walk it off yesterday. It really turns out, favorable sometimes, and it's so nice to see when it comes together like that. Especially Landon kind of had a rocky start in his first few games, struggling to get a hit, and then yesterday he didn't get the start. He came in, he pinch hit, and he was solid then, but nice to see him doing the job there as Gazzo gets his first hit of Double-A, pokes it up the middle, and he'll record a single, and the Fightins are looking unstoppable now in the bottom of the seventh. All they needed to do was stretch in the seventh. That's all they needed.
Yes, you're right.
They just needed a quick break to stretch in the seventh, and then they were ready to turn on the Jets.
Just as magical as the hot dogs from the Burks Packing Crazy Hot Dog vendor are, his vocals for the seventh inning stretch serenading us through the stadium just does the trick for anyone here in Reading, I guess.
Definitely Mac Jackson's, we'll give the hats off to him, and we'll take a moment to say that it is summertime here at the ballpark. Obviously summer starting just a couple days ago, June 21st, and the weather has really settled in for us here in Reading, thank goodness. We've had a heck of a series weather-wise as Daniel Brito steps up and takes a pitch downstairs. Just one of two starting 9 position players on the Fightins lineup that haven't reached successfully. It is Brito and Duran in one way or another. And the offering by Goggin outside. You can head to your local Kia dealer and trade up for a new Kia, as you can count on them on hot days, a gentle breeze, and a back road that leads to a new adventure. Kia has always got you covered, and they can take you to that ballpark you know and love without any kind of problem. I mean, the last thing you want to do is get in your car to come to a Fightins game and then it doesn't start, and then you're bummed. Or after an 11-inning game, you're trying to get home. And Daniel Brito sends it the opposite way, gets through the gap at short. Hanging up at second is Gazzo, and that'll be a base hit for Daniel Brito. Gazzo gets himself to scoring position, and there's only one away. And after the 11th and the fireworks, it's probably not 11 o'clock or so until fans started getting out of here. You don't want to go out to the parking lot and you have trouble starting your car or something like that. You want something that you can trust no matter what's going on. And Kia there got you covered. We're now going to see a mound meeting. There is no one warming up right now, so they're going to try for Goggin to get through this inning. Some of these runs will be credited back to the starter, Gordon. because 2 of them were on base before when Goggin came in, but he does have some of his own that he's responsible for as well. And so they'll see you try to get him through the rest of this inning as they go back to the dugout and the team breaks back up again. So Sal Gazzo on second, Daniel Brito on first. And let's recap what happened. Jorge Bonifacio stepped to the plate in the bottom of the 7th. Sent a solo shot out to left. Madison Stokes walked. Josh Stephen with a single. And Luke Miller brought home Stokes then. And then Logan Landon brought everyone else back as he sent a bullet out to left field that landed over the fence. It is Fightin's 6, or Luchadores should I say, 6, and Ponies 5. And Bryson Stott a base hit as he sends it into right field. Salgazzo being held up to third, and it'll be bases loaded for the Reading Fightin Phils as they bat through the lineup here. Just what I think their second time batting through the lineup in the season.
Oh, no, you had it right the first time. Their 3rd time batting through. They did it once in Hartford and once in the first series against Erie.
And pretty exciting now for Jorge Bonifacio, who already hit a home run. I know we have something in the game notes about a time when someone hit 2 home runs in the same game. It's going to be hard to find. But we'll see if Bonifacio could just rewrite it for us now.
Yes, right.
Really
regardless, we don't have to give credit.
If he could just rewrite that for us now with the bases loaded. We've already seen a grand slam out of him, so we know it is possible. And he'll take a first pitch outside.
Well, this is easy. We should have thought of it. Bryson Stott did it earlier this season, twice in a game.
Yeah, he did.
That being said, for 2 in an inning, I'm not sure if we have that laid out.
This might be
very well might. If we don't, Bonifacio, we would add it for you if you did it right here. Don't you worry.
Bonifacio sends this one over the roof and out of the stadium. Bases are loaded with Fightins. Bryson Stott on first, Daniel Brito on second, and Gazzo on third. They all singled to get on, so we've seen the long ball and we've seen the small ball here. That's allowed the Fightins to score runs, and Bonifacio takes another one in the dirt. It's 2-1. No place to put him as the bases are jammed. The Fightins now, all this excitement though, they're only up by a run, so they really do need some more leverage here for their pitcher. There is only one out here in the bottom of the 7th. Bonifacio holds off on one close to the strike zone, and it is 3 balls, 1 strike here in the bottom of the 7th.
You're right, it's a 1-run game, but it feels like they just blew the doors open, obviously. They still have some work to do, but this would be a devastating blow.
And it's downstairs, so Bonifacio should walk down to first. And that was a little bit kind of hesitating for a second, but it is ball 4, and so that will walk in a run. I don't know what's taking everyone so long, but it will
I don't think they knew the count, yeah.
And so Salgazzo is going to cross the plate there. Everyone moving up the bag, and the Fightins now 7-5 over the Rumble Ponies.
What an answer from those Luchadores now.
And it is Madison Stokes who sends it over to the third baseman. They're going to go for the double play, and they get just 1. And that'll push in a run, so that's huge for the Fightins now, as it is 8-5. And although Stokes reaches on the fielder's choice, it's huge there because he pushes in another run, although Bonifacio retired at second. It is going to be Brito that crosses the plate and Stott at third.
This is getting difficult to keep up with here in the box score.
And Rodolfo Duran, the only one who has not successfully reached and has not gotten a hit in today's contest, the position players in the starting 8. And so we will see if he can continue this on for the Fightins. Holds off on a pitch downstairs. It is 1-0.
You want to talk about how big this inning has been. Obviously, now you just said everyone in the lineup besides him has reached. But before this inning, it was just Stott. Bonifacio reached on an error. Oh, and eventually a walk.
And this one chopped into third. It's played by Vientos. He'll go over to first, and that'll do it there. But man, oh man, the Fightins capitalizing. They get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, and they score 7 runs here in the bottom of the 7th, which I'm pretty sure is an inning high for the Fightins, 7 runs in a half. And they take the lead 8-5 over Binghamton as we head into the 8th.
That's our CCU high-low game. We're with our first contestant. He's representing all the guys in the ballpark tonight. Your name and your school district, please. All right, Ryan and Maddie, where are you with our female contestant?
Over here in the main grandstand with our female contestant, representing all the ladies in the ballpark tonight. Your name and where you're from. I'm Karen.
All you can eat Reading Fight. You can eat buffet Fightin Phil's 18. You need to visit. You can have all you can eat ticket. It includes barbecue cheeseburgers, mac and cheese, hot bean, cookie products at 6 the ball, and at Fightin's. Visit the office at First
Auto Groups are of those. And models, pricing, and great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania. Located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring, the Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course where shot making takes precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information.
That's the high-low game.
Attention fans, will the owner of the white Audi. License plate KSD 0840. License plate KSD 0840. Please move your vehicle or it will be towed. Once again, license plate number KSD 0840. Your car needs to be moved or it will be towed. Thank you. Now batting for the Rebel Ponies, the center fielder number 24, Quinn Brody.
Well, we do have a call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves, a bullpen. And it is Brian Marconi who comes in and takes the ball from Anayores Zabala. And a completely different ball game as he come in here to the 8th. The Fightins put up a 7 spot in the bottom of the 7th. They take an 8-5 lead off of Binghamton. And that inning, we saw just about as much as you could cram into an inning, as this one is grounded to Daniel Brito, and he fires it over to first for a quick out for Marconi in the top of the 8th inning. That saw 2 home runs, one from Bonifacio and one from Logan Landed. It also saw 4 singles, 1 double, and 2 walks. No errors, though, or stolen bases. No wild pitches, I don't think. And Marconi now to Vientos. Pitches low.
And the one thing I will say, we were talking about it earlier, how much broadcasters should talk about a no-hitter at stake. That's some pretty good ammunition for anyone that says
that
superstition's
was
real.
Us.
That's pretty rough.
I'm proud to be on this end of it.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Sure.
They already got one this series. We can mess up one.
1 ball, 1 strike now from Brian Marconi. We've already seen him in this contest as he sends it outside. We saw him on the first day. He had a solid outing, 2 innings of work, just 3 hits, no runs, and struck out 2. And he'll get the strike call. The count evens 2-2 now. Ed Edwin Jimenez calling the balls and strikes behind the plate, with Moore over at third and Brian Daybauer over at first. And he's replacing Emil Jimenez right now. Emil not cleared to work behind the plate yet, and DeBrouwer has had AAA experience as he fills in AA. Vientos fouls another one off. It is 2-2.
Marconi's certainly somebody that they trust a lot now in the system. He got moved up around the mid part of May, so he didn't start the season here in Reading, and he's already now taking his 12th appearance of the season, 8 of his first 11.
And this one right to Bryson Stott on the bounce, and he'll send it across the diamond. A nice throw deep in the hole at short. And Marconi gets them to ground out twice in a row. There are 2 outs here for Will Toffee, who's 0 for 3 today, all strikeouts, struggling a little bit. And we'll see if Marconi can capitalize on that right now to get through a quick top of the 8th and really shut down the momentum. You know, after you give up 7 runs, they're still down. Now the deficit is 3 runs the opposite way, which is not unplayable as we've seen. But to come back and be kind of brought back down a little bit is tough. A great foul ball catch by a fan. Get some cheers in the crowd.
And I think half the motivation you get is sitting Vientos down for the second time consecutively, rolling over to Stott.
And the shift is on now for Toffee. Marconi deals, swing and a miss upstairs. He hits 91, and with 2 strikes now, Stokes will move from right next to third base all the way back into the shortstop position. And Stott, of course, to the right of second. Marconi, the lefty, deals the 1-2. He strikes him out in a big inning for the Fightin' Phils to sit down the Rumble Ponies 1-2-3 in the top of the 8th. The Rumble Ponies will now only have 3 more outs to work with here to come back, and the Fightin' Phils will have a chance to bat.
FirstEnergy Vision as it's time to crack open the truest social media vault and see some of tonight's best fan photos.
Shots business 40. Hopkins was everything.
Now batting for Los Luchadores, the left fielder number 10, Josh Stevens.
So Josh Stephen going to lead us off here in the bottom of the 8th, and Marconi comes in and shuts down the Rumble Ponies 1-2-3. And the Fightins, after putting up a 7th spot in the bottom of the 7th, they're up by 3, 8-5 here as we get into the back half of this game. And Stephen almost brought one back up here to us this time. The net was in the way, though, and he can't get it up here.
I'm desperate for another chance after missing a play.
It will come. It will come.
Missing the play.
Steven had a base hit in that hefty 7th, and everybody went up in the 7th.
I was going to say.
The last hit was last inning. He sends this one deep to center field, but I think it's playable. Brody makes the catch, and that is out number 1 for Josh Stephen on the first pitch. Here's Luke Miller.
Luke Miller.
And it's a call to the bullpen here as Riley Gilliam comes in to play, and of course they're going to do that defensive substitution as well. So Nick Conti is going to go over to third base, and so that way he will bat in the pitcher spot, and then the pitcher Gilliam will bat in the position player spot, since the pitcher was kind of coming up to bat closer than the number 5 spot. And Luke Miller holds off on a pitch outside, but it's a called strike. Gilliam hits 95 on the radar gun. And this is his first appearance in the series. We did see him warm up to come in yesterday, but he never got brought in, which I feel like is kind of rare to have somebody warm up. And then they did put a different reliever in, so I guess it was maybe more situational for them. I feel like we haven't seen a lot of playing matchup with matchup at all this season. Like, we haven't seen a lot of, okay, we want this guy to face this guy, the lefty, to face.
Yeah.
I've heard some other teams in the AA Northeast that maybe that we haven't seen yet are more inclined to do that. As Miller swings through a fastball, it's 1-2, but I feel like I don't think we've seen that matchup that much.
And I think that's something that you shouldn't necessarily be teaching. Obviously, I mean, this is a perfect example. Gilliam, I believe I remember the situation you were talking about. Against righties, 375 the batters are, but against lefties, only 200.
And it makes sense. It makes sense, the matchup, when you look at averages like that. But I think why they can't really go to it as much anymore is because there's a 3-batter minimum now in the majors. So there's no more of that 1 batter here, 1 batter there type of thing. And so if you're forced to face 3 guys, you're facing 3 guys no matter who they are. And Miller swings and misses, and the umpire says he struck out as the catcher Ortega tosses it over to first in foul territory. And I think if Miller had known a heartbeat sooner that was called a strike, he would have been able to get down to first safely, but he wasn't. So that'll go K in your books 2-3. And here's Logan Landon with 2 outs.
And I believe, yes, he did not know that he swung right away. Check swing, the home plate umpire made the decision. And Miller, obviously, with a late jump to it, hustled down the line as soon as he knew, but just a step away.
Landon's last time up, he crushed a home run. And we'll see what he can do against Gilliam. Takes the first pitch strike downstairs. Fightin's up 8-5. They've had 7 hits over Binghamton's 5. Both teams have made an error in the field. Landon takes a pitch outside. We're in the bottom of the 8th right now, so if all stays the same, all the Fightins need to do is get 3 outs in the top of the 9th, and they're done with this ball game. Because they're the home team. Theoretically, they don't have to bat in the bottom of the 9th if it all stays the same. And here's the 1-1. It's a called strike, 1-2. Their next 3 batters up are going to be LaGrange, Ortega, and Rodriguez. And since they did that double switch, it'll be Conti batting 4th if they should get to him. And I do believe that they are going to go with Marconi here to close out the game. It is a save situation, and Landon crushes this one. A diving Rodriguez gets it. A big defensive play as he dives and stops the ball from getting into the outfield, and that'll be out number 3. So it is going to be Marconi who comes back in for another inning of work, and he has just 3 outs to get here to retire the Rumble Ponies, and the Fightins can win their 3rd game in a row.
Our goal is to seeing our staff members answer hints and leads. Looking for a goal with your dealership on Pottsville Pike today. The R. Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightin's baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils. The world-famous Fightin' Phils mascot band celebrates its 21st season in 2021, with pre-game concerts starting Saturdays in May thanks to Truist. You heard right, actual mascots playing in a rock and roll band. See Quack the Rubber Duck on lead vocals and guitar, Screwball on drums, Bucky on bass, Change Up on bongos, and Blooper on lead guitar. A real band jamming on the T-Mobile stage before Saturday games this season. Don't miss the one-of-a-kind Fightin' Phils mascot band. Pre-game on Saturdays thanks to Truist.
So we head to the 9th. Here are Phils, Los Luchadores de Reading tonight on Friday. Lead 7-5. Emily Messina is going to be going down to get the player of the game if we do wrap it up with Brian Marconi in his second inning of work. The team leader in saves tied with Braden Zarbniski, the right-hander. He will have to face with the bottom of the order LaGrange, Ortega, and Rodriguez. And then, as we mentioned earlier, coming in to play third base is Conti, who will be going into the pitcher's spot, as obviously they're not going to need Gilliam to come back out unless they do some scoring. So here's LaGrange, 1 for 2 on the day. He's got a single. This bottom third of the order, the next 3 up, minus the pitcher spot, of course, 1-0. He's in for a strike, 1-1. The bottom third, just 2 hits between them. Rodriguez had a home run, and LaGrange had a single back in his first at-bat. And LaGrange will roll this one over into foul ground, 1-2. Full crowd still ahead of us, waiting for those fireworks, but after that 7-run inning in the bottom of the 7th, how could you go anywhere else? This one goes out of the zone, 2-2 coming up. LaGrange now a .252 batter. He's got 3 homers, 18 RBIs, and 12 runs. Just looking for a base runner. 3-run game, 8-5. He smokes this one into the left center gap, down for a base hit. Rounding first and heading to second is LaGrange. Fielding it off the base of the wall is Landon. He will get it into the cutoff for a double.
The catcher, number 15, Jake Ortega.
So after Brian Marconi went 1-2-3 in his first inning of work in the 8th inning, he gets greeted with a leadoff double. And now Ortega, the catcher, who's still looking for his first hit in Double-A this year, will dig in. Lefty on lefty matchup for the Sidewinder. First pitch tries to bunt. It pops it up into the air, hustling over, but running out of time is Stokes. It lands in play. However, too quick up and down for Stokes to get to, especially on the shift. Ortega sees the vacant normal positioning of the third baseman. Now Stokes with a little bit less of a shift. But still plenty of room to lay one down. The first time, however, you know how the lefty shifts can be. Left pretty much enough room to hit one hard for a double down there. The 0-1 this time he looks to swing, and he will take a looping breaking ball 75 miles an hour in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Jake Ortega just coming to this squad. Gets a fastball and just misses the outer half. So it'll be 1-2. 5, 6, and 1 The line for the Ponies, 8-7-1 for Los Luchadores. The tying run is standing on deck, and Manny Rodriguez coming off a homer. The 1-2. Popped up, foul. Brian Marconi, 2 saves on the season. This is now his 8th appearance where he's looking to go 2 innings pitched. He has one where he only got 1 1/3 back when he was in Hudson Valley on the 2nd day of the season. 1-2, nobody out, runner on second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and pull cued behind, foul. Just got the very end of the bat on it. And that'll be 1-2. A quiet buzz right now from FirstEnergy Stadium. Full of anticipation, but excitement. Still ahead 1-2, so no need to worry yet. However, this is the out that you need to get. Rodriguez is heating up. Now Conti swung a good bat this series, has the off day, and comes in. This one gets away from Duran. Nothing going on at second. Wisely from LaGrange. No reason whatsoever to make the first or last out of an inning at third, especially here in the 9th. That one just got away from Duran. Had a little bit of a mix-up with home plate umpire DeBrouwer. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Chases the fastball out of the zone. Second strikeout of the outing for Marconi, and there's one away. That strikeout was thanks to your local Kia dealers. It's summer. You can count on a hot day, a gentle breeze, and a back roads that lead to a new adventure. That new adventure should be right here in Reading, as we say. So head to your local Kia dealer and trade up to a Kia. Visit Kia.com to learn more. That'll bring in Manny Rodriguez. 1 for 3 on the day with the homer. Slow breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1. Rodriguez, a phenomenal play to end the 8th inning. Diving effort up the 5-6 hole. Gets up, and it was such a hot shot that he needed to dive for it. Had plenty of time to throw him out. We'll see if that confidence runs through his bones, but right now, 0-2 the count. 77-mile-an-hour curveball into the 89 fastball on the black. The winning formula. We'll see what the put-out pitch is. Still a modest lead for LaGrange at second. The 0-2. Swung on in a high fly ball out to center field. Landon camped out underneath it. He makes the play. No tag for LaGrange, and the Luchadores are 1 out away from coming back in this one. What a game it's been so far. 1-1 we were after the first inning. Then pitcher's duel comes about once again, with the beneficiary being Gordon. No hitting the R-Phils into the 7th inning. And what do they do for their first hit? A 7-run inning. Now here comes Nick Conti. This is his first at-bat of the game. He also is yet to have a hit in the minor league AA level. He got bounced up and down, sent up to AAA a couple days ago as a spot fill. Now he's back. Just got back in today, and instead of an off day, he now has the game on the line. Batter on deck, Carlos Cortez, the leadoff batter. He represents the tying run. Catcher Nick Conti in the box. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on a lazy fly ball out to right field. Going to get down and in for a base hit. Rounding third and being held there is LaGrange, and they will keep it alive. Good piece of hitting there for Nick Conti. we just mentioned, just came down today. Now on a 2-strike count, flips the bat at a breaking ball, lands in some green, and that brings up the top of the order, and that's exactly what Marconi wanted to avoid. Carlos Cortez, 1 for 4 on the day, the one being a homer as well. He had a high fly ball out to left field, just carried enough in the wind to get over the seats. If he did that again right now, it would be a tie game. The first pitch, big swing and a miss. Tried doing just that with the curveball, gets nothing. The 0-1. Swung on a high fly ball out to left field. Heading back and camped out underneath it. He makes the play. Josh Stephen wraps up this one, and Los Luchadores de Reading win a thriller once again. From being no hit through 6, putting up 7, and then Marconi records his 3rd save of the season. The R-Phils win their 3rd of the series. Final score 8-5. We're going to quickly wrap it up in just a moment. We are going to head to a quick break. Don't go anywhere on the R-Phils Radio Network.
The Fightin's features special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yingling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Bisbank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an R-Phils game, great food, music, entertainment, and so much more here at the ballpark. The team will play as the Los Luchadores and will be wearing their Los Luchadores de Reading Latino tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive deals.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned, full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
Another day here in baseball town, another wild win for the Reading Fightin' Phils. They win this one 8-5, their 3rd win in 4 games against the Rumble Ponies, and it had eerie similarities to Tuesday's game where they got no hit. We'll quickly take you through it. We go back to the 1st inning. Mark Vientos greets the youngster Santos, the 20-year-old, getting his first AA start. Works out of it, but unable to without a run, as Vientos lines a double into the luckiest part of the park to make it 1-0. In the bottom half, however, Bryson Stott works a walk, and Jorge Bonifacio puts one in play. Good things will happen, and they certainly did on a chopper over to first. He reaches on an error, goes over to second as Stott comes around to score. We're all tied at 1. Then a lot of zeros, especially for the R-Phils batting. They go into the 6th, being no hit, none other than Carlos Gordon. But before Gordon gets to finish his 7th inning, or at least tries to, another run comes across thanks to Carlos Cortez, who homers his 8th home run of the season on a fly ball to left field. That makes it 2-1. Then in the 7th as well, Manny Rodriguez sends a no-doubter off Zabala's R-Phil's debut. A moonshot that brought in 3 as he hit a batter and walked a batter before bringing up the shortstop. Looked rough for the R-Phils, 5-1 heading into the 7th. Jorge Bonifacio had the only at-bat that looked close enough to get a hit. Doesn't get scored a hit, unfortunately. However, Jorge Bonifacio forgets that and launches a home run to start the inning. Then the wheels fall off for the Rumble Ponies. Luke Miller double, Logan Landon homer. Jorge Bonifacio walks in a run, and then Madison Stoke grounds out into a force out. A 3-run shot for Logan Landon was the biggest RBI producer in that one. A 7-run inning in the 7th to put them ahead 8-5. Then they bring in their trusted left-hander Brian Marconi, his 12th appearance of the season for the R-Phils, his 9th scoreless. He completes. That's going to be save number 3 for him, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered for the R-Phils. A comeback effort, their biggest comeback of the season, their most runs in an inning. Plenty of firsts for the R-Phils. You never know what you're going to see here in baseball town. So that wraps it up. We'll be here a little bit earlier tomorrow, 6:45 start. R-Phils against the Rumble Ponies once again. You won't want to miss it. Either get your tickets on rphils.com/tickets or come join us on the radio once again. For Emily Messina, Tyler Small, and the rest of us here with the R-Phils, we thank you for listening and hope you have a great rest of your evening.